Give the call to the honourable member for Hume.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Climate Change and Energy. Last year, the minister showed off Australia's first EV ute, the LDV ET60. The managing director of Drive.com describes the ET60 as having an effective range of only 150 kilometres for tradies. Doesn't work for people in rural areas, on the urban fringe, people who tow or people who live on farms. Can the minister confirm the ET60's price tag of $92,000 is nearly double the price of the diesel alternative?
Order. Members on my left. The Minister for Order on my right as well. The member for Swan is warned. Do not interject while a minister is approaching the dispatch box. The Minister for Climate Change and Energy has the call.
Well, thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I thank the member for Hume for his question. I note that a constituent of his living in Goulburn will travel 18,705 kilometres each year, and as a result, an average. As a result, would say
the minister will pause. The minister will pause. The minister might start again because I can't hear a word he's saying. Look, I can appreciate. Order. The member for Hume has asked his question. We're just going to ask the member for Fairfax to steady it, and I'm going to ask the minister to continue.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. The member for Hume doesn't appear interested in the potential fuel savings of people who travel long distances in his electorate, Mr Speaker, because on average they travel 18,705 kilometres a year, which would save somebody buying a new car in 2028 $1,487 in his electorate. And he doesn't appear to care, Mr Speaker. This was a point made by the member for Bradfield not that long ago. Now, Mr Speaker, one of the reasons I appreciate this line of questioning so much is that it underlines the negativity of this Leader of the Opposition. All he's got is scare campaigns, all he's got is negativity. The member for Cook may have left the building, but he left his anti-weekend scare campaigns behind for the Leader of the Opposition. Just a few weeks before the last election, the then Treasurer of Australia was asked about fuel efficiency standards, the then member for Kooyong, and he said this. We've always been committed to getting fuel efficiency standards in place. That was the former member for Kooyong. I'd hate to see it if they were opposed, Mr Speaker. They've had a funny way of showing it over the last week or so, Mr Speaker. This is an opposition so negative, as I've said before, that they oppose our policies. They oppose the policies promoted by the former member for Kooyong and the member for Bradfield. Now, I'm not sure if I've mentioned before the member for Bradfield this week, but I can't recall. But to be fair to the member for Bradfield, he did propose fuel efficiency standards, but they were a little different to the ones preferred by the Minister for Transport and I that we are consulting on at the moment. To be fair to him, they were much more aggressive than our standards, much more ambitious. The member for Bradfield had not one but three options that he consulted on. All of them for 2025 had more efficient vehicles on average than the Nationals the Minister for Transport and I are proposing. I'm trying to do the member for Bradfield a favour with his teal challenger, showing that he's actually in favour of fuel efficiency standards. He just couldn't get it through. He could have got it through the Parliament with the Labor Party support, which we had provided. He just couldn't get it through his party room because of the climate change denying right wing, Mr Speaker, who vetoed the member for Bradfield, vetoed the then member for Kooyong, and they are still running the Liberal Party today.